All right, it's time for another Transformation Tuesday. Today we're here with Daniel Ramos. Daniel lost 100 pounds in 6 months, right?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get right down to business. 100 pounds in 6 months is no easy task. Number one, why'd you do it? What made you start?
You know what? Clothes just stopped fitting me, and I just started seeing myself in the mirror. I didn't like what I saw. I was driving, and I kept on having to adjust the seat, and it just wasn't a good feeling. My stomach was kind of hitting the steering wheel, and I was always tired. My friends told me recently that you used to breathe hard all the time, and I never noticed it. That was the crazy part.
Were you always like bigger and you just kept getting bigger, or were you skinny at one point and then you gained all this weight?
I was skinny at one point. I used to eat less than 500 calories a day. I used to be actually anorexic, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
I was like 120 pounds when I was 16 years old. So my parents, they had me eat more food and join the gym. And as I got stronger, I started eating more and more, and I got stronger and stronger, but my waist got bigger and bigger.
Right. Was it pretty much just you yourself that made the decision that you were going to change, or were there outside factors that were kind of contributing to this? Like were there people that were saying things, or was it just kind of you internally feeling?
A little bit of both, because people would always try to put me down, like maybe even joke around, but I never paid any mind.
Right.
But one day I saw myself in the picture. I'm like, oh my God, and you just start feeling heavier. Like you can feel it. You walk harder. You make sounds when you're walking. It's really kind of embarrassing. Clothes, you go through clothes like that. Like when the waist is expanding, and you're confused when clothes that used to fit you don't fit you anymore.
Right.
So.
But you said you mentioned that you had always worked out. You said that you'd done it, so that's not something that was new, right?
Yeah.
So you trained. So was there a change in your training when you started? After you hit your 100 pounds extra, did your training change from when you first started doing things?
Absolutely. I incorporated slowly but surely calisthenics. I started doing pull-ups, dips, because when I was lifting heavier, I was benching like a lot more, and I would also rep out. Like now that when I was trying to lose weight, I would rep out.
Do you think you've built up maybe like a better mind-muscle connection?
Yes, absolutely.
Working out?
You know what my biggest problem was? Absolutely. I kept on looking at the scale and saying like, oh wow, the scale is it's going up. Well, obviously I'm doing something right, and not really thinking that like, hey, it could be fat. I was chasing the number on the scale. I'm like, oh wow, I benched 315 10 times. Well, problem was I gained like 20 pounds of fat and went to either my midsection, my face, chin area. I was losing my neck.
Right. So this now circles back to the diet. So then let's look at how would you say you compared your diet when you first started versus now? Like what kind of, were you just eating complete junk food, and then now you're going low carb, high protein? What does that diet change look like?
I actually have more protein and also more fats, and I have my body weight in carbs, and I more or less, what the biggest helpful thing for losing weight for me was training fasted. It works for me.
Okay.
And getting most of my carbs around at night, and that the carbs that I have at night fuel my workout the next day, so I never feel lethargic or tired.
Now, but there is a dramatic difference in your diet, right?
Absolutely.
From this, I mean, 6 months in 100 pounds is a lot of weight in a very fast time. So you had to been training very intensely, and probably eating significantly less, right? Or the smarter things.
I changed my lifestyle completely. I definitely went from eating everything in the fridge to actually thinking about what I'm going to eat, like maybe keep it higher protein, higher fat, like healthy fats, unsaturated fats. And I every now and then I do have little junk food, take the family out, have fun.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I go back to just eating cleanly.
Right. And so what's your training schedule look like? Do you train 5 days, 7 days?
I train 5 or 6 days a week.
Okay. Is that weights and cardio? I know you mentioned calisthenics, but is it like a bodybuilding split? What does that kind of broken up and look like?
Monday I'll do chest, Tuesday I'll do back, legs.
So single body parts per day?
Yes.
Okay. What are the next steps for you? What are you trying to do? I mean, do you want to get really diced up? Do you want to get a little, you know, just more muscular? What's the goal?
Actually, I think I'm going to get diced up. I kind of, I want to motivate people, you know, like tell people like, hey, there is a way, because I have so many friends who are struggling to lose 10, 20 pounds. I'm like, you know, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to do what I did. You don't have to starve yourself. Like in the past, I used to starve myself. You don't have to really torture yourself. Like just listen to your body, because some people will cut carbs completely, feel like a zombie. And you know, it's definitely not that serious if you just want to lose like 10, 20 pounds.
Right. Cool. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So what's the best way to follow you on Instagram? It's Mr. Ramos.
Yes, sir.
Give him a follow. He lost 100 pounds in 6 months.